Welcome and welcome back to the channel Changemakers. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kyra Siva. I am a spiritual mentor and healer, and today we're going to find out what your spring breakthrough is. Woo! It is springtime here in the Northern Hemisphere. I am filming this in the beautiful sunny state of Colorado, USA. So I'm very excited for this. Let's go ahead and connect with your intuition. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And as you are choosing your pile, if you would like to dive deeper into your particular situations, go ahead and get your private reading with me. The link is in the description. And if you are looking for a home, a spiritual home as a change maker, join me over on Patreon. We do live Q&As monthly. I put up special pick a card readings, and I really just help you guys find your personal mastery and way in your spiritual life to really help you unlock your soul's gifts and go kick butt and take names as a change maker. So if you're interested in that, the link to Patreon is also over in the description. All right, we are going to go ahead and dive into pile number 1. Pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. This is your spring breakthrough. Pile number 1, you chose the patience note card. Patience is one of those things that I think we as spiritual seekers constantly get a reminder to have. And while I have a deep respect for patience, it's also such an annoying card to get, but it is so key. So let's go ahead and dive into your spring breakthrough. Pile number 1. I asked for what your emotional breakthrough is, which we see over here in the committed card. I asked for what is the main energy behind your spring breakthrough, which is the Kali card. And then I just asked your spirit guides for guidance about your breakthrough and the storyline up here in your tarot cards. So pile number 1, you're having a breakthrough. I see this in 2 different ways. One is you're having a breakthrough with integrating your masculine and feminine aspects. Like you are coming together more fully. You are integrating both the ability to take action and the ability to rest. You are integrating more the emotional qualities of that. The other message that keeps just creeping on in here, because this is a, 2 wedding rings and committed card, is you could be having a breakthrough in your emotional space regarding love, romance, and partnerships. This is a time where you could be moving beyond the past, the nostalgia. If you had a relationship and you broke up and you're still pining for the person, this is your breakthrough saying you don't need to pine anymore. You've put the past to bed, to rest, and you're really moving on with your life. So you have this beautiful heart. Your heart is healing. Your heart is having a breakthrough with being able just to move forward, and also with having a deeper integration. Now over here, the big energy behind your spring breakthrough is Kali. This is really cool, and I want you to bear Kali's message in mind as you hear the rest of your reading. There is an aspect of life where, it's just like cleaning out a room full of clutter, right? Like you pick stuff up and you ruthlessly say, do I want this in my life anymore? Do I want to dust it one more time? Do I want to change the batteries one more time? Do I want to, do I want to move it around from spot to spot to spot one more time? Or am I ready to really let it go? So this energy of Kali can be a little, Kali can be a little rough sometimes when she is taking things out of your life. But for your energy to be embodying this Kali, it's really saying you are having really strong clarity around what and who gets to stay in your life and who doesn't. Whether that ties into cutting off past relationships and people, Or if it's really just giving you the crystal clarity to know exactly what you want to protect and keep in your life, and exactly the mindsets, the beliefs, the attitudes that you are ready to leave behind. We have this really beautiful story playing out up here in your tarot cards, where you've gone from a space of being stuck, really, in the past. Thinking about the past, wondering about if things would be different, if I had done this, if things had been like that. And there's been a lot of complicity within looking and mulling over these past emotions. Your spring breakthrough is you getting out of that stagnation, of you getting beyond what has already been and starting to really step into what is now and what you can build into something. The High Priestess over here, it's really funny. I haven't pulled this card for a while, but I feel like she's this mystical spirit guide of yours that is just like floating into your reading today to remind you of the mysteries of life. And it's like an invitation. I feel like she's inviting you in on a new path. And you see the star up here? It's almost like she's like, hey, I'm going to show you something twinkly and new and bright and shiny, and I'm going to invite you to come into the fog with me. I'm going to invite you to come into uncertainty. And the feeling I get from this card right now, it's very alluring. It's very alluring, and not in a dangerous way. It's not like, a siren pulling, singing you into the water to drown you. It's very much, it's your spirit guides alluring you into the path of new, so that you will stop paying attention to the old. There's something that you've been building in your life, something that you've been wanting. So it's like, oh, I really love this about my previous relationship. I really want to have this in my previous relationship. But you're like unknowingly blocking a new relationship from coming in because you think you're just using your past relationship as a ruler or a barometer for a new one, but actually you're just keeping yourself stuck in a previous relationship. And the relationship's just an example. This could be applied for any idea where you're being stuck in the past thing, but you're trying to give yourself the new version of that. So Spirit's saying you're really, really close to experiencing this new part. You're in the part of creation where you've built up the energy to a crescendo, and now you need to take a moment to rest, not to stop, but to give your energy a momentary break to reset, and then you will get what you want. While you are taking this break, while you are resetting, essentially, your nervous system, your mind, you're taking the exhale, you still need to continue to hold your vision. This is not a time to go into doubt. This is not a time to go into, over trying to control what's going to happen in the future. It's like your manifestation is coming into formation. Sit down, breathe, trust that it's coming. It is there. Take a few breaths, take a night off, stop the trying so hard, get some good rest, and then come back to it. And that really ties in as well to this patience card, which is you can only heal at the speed of healing, right? Like if your bone is broken, your bone is just going to heal at a certain speed, even if you're taking the very best care of it. You can only manifest things at a certain rate according to what that manifestation needs. If it's a new relationship, there's a lot of things that go into that. If it's a work project, if it's a business idea, if it's a personal goal, it's coming. You just also need to learn how to work with energy in a really masterful way, which is allowing the energy to build, taking a breather, and then coming back to it. All right, pile number 1, this is your breakthrough. You have 3 breakthroughs. You've got the Kali breakthrough, you've got the emotional breakthrough, and then you have the breakthrough with bringing something new into your life. I'm very excited for you. If you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, click the link in the description. I have them available right now. And join me over on Patreon this month in April. This upcoming month in April, we will be talking about the 4 different types of consciousness, how to develop them. And then I'm going to actually take you through a practical exercise play session of really actually sensing energy and helping you develop that ability. So if you're interested in that, I have live Q&As. It's on April 19th. Join me over there on Patreon. Until next time, have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. Let's dive into your spring breakthrough. Pile number 2, your breakthrough this spring is a spiritual breakthrough. So congratulations, that's super cool. We see over here in the Oracle card that in this breakthrough, you are being invited to really delve into expanding your extrasensory perceptions. So if you've been working on psychic development, any of the clairs, this is your opportunity this spring to really hit that next level of mastery, understanding, depth, and scope. You're going to be able to find this bright new beginning. If you imagine every time that you level up, so say you go through one stage, and at the first stage, you're like, you don't know what you're doing, and then you get more comfortable with it and confident with it. And then by the end of that stage, that plateau, you feel like you've mastered the lessons of that. You're like, okay, I understand how energy feels. I get when my clairs are actively engaging. I have good familiarity with that. Well, now this spring, you are going to be breaking through that stage and going on to that next level of depth. And anytime you hit that next level, you're back to being a beginner, right? You're back to just being like, oh, okay, so now I understand what energy feels like. I wonder how far out I can get my energy to feel. Or I've gotten to the point where I know people are going to call me or thinking about me before they even contact me. I can feel their awareness on me. That next stage is going to be for you to go even deeper with that, to refine those skills. Maybe you are able to pick up on a wider range of people instead of just those folks you already have relationships with. Now you're able to sort of feel out into your extra, your crowd, your sphere that's, 1, 2, 3 people removed from you. It's really this time where you had this block of you just hit a plateau with your spiritual development. You hit a plateau with your spiritual practices. You hit a plateau with your spiritual understanding. And this spring, you are able to really finally break through that plateau to really deepen your connection and your understanding. One of the key lessons that really happens every time that you develop spiritually is the more that you do your personal growth and heal your heart, heal your personal blocks, the greater your capacity for your psychic, extrasensory, and spiritual abilities. Even with, say you're the person that's going for enlightenment. First of all, high five, let's be friends, love to talk. Second of all, when you are going through those higher levels of consciousness, when you are going for cosmic awareness, you have to really purify your own personal understandings and personal blocks. Then you have a level of, I'm going to call it karma. So you have your personal karma, you have your you have your familial karma, your ancestral karma, you have your community karma, the areas that you live in, and then you have a little bit of the global karma. When you are increasing all of these really cool abilities, this really cool understanding of the cosmos, one part of that is it's your job to take care of that little piece of karma. So over here in this card, we have the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. I feel like this card is where you are going to experience the mercy of the divine. You are going to experience the mercy of unconditional love. You are going to be able to take the energy of mercy into your wounds, into those deeper hidden wounds, into those wounds that, I'm saying it and you're like, oh, it's this thing. You're going to be able to shine the light of mercy onto that. That healing, when you go through that, and we have the moth spirit, the surrender now, this and that are true. This is a whole healing message right here. This is how you heal. And as you heal, you are unlocking new capabilities. So you bring this mercy into your wound and you sit with it, you honor it, you listen to it, you're present with it, you witness it, right? You attend to the wound, and within that, it heals. One of the most amazing things that I've learned about healing over the last 2 decades is people really self-heal. Like, you can hold the energy, you can hold the space, you can hold the intention, and at the same time, each person in front of you is so magnificent that given those conditions, they self-heal, which is incredible. And that means you self-heal. You're incredible. So you can sit in that healing space and you can honor, I always call them the contrast, right? It's like you're unconditionally loving, and yet there's a part of you that feels deeply full of shame and ugly and horrible and all of the things you're not supposed to be. So you sit with that. You sit with the magnificence of who you are while you are attending to the parts of you that feel so devastatingly horrible and ugly. And in that, in those moments of mercy and those moments of love, you grow, you learn. So the healing part of this is another big breakthrough, which is amazing. Like, yes, please sign me up for that. Because ultimately it leads to you being in more union with your soul. You allowing the essence of who you are to shine more fully into the world. And I love that this is the surprise card. Like, surprise, you're getting a spiritual breakthrough this spring and you get a great healing. Oh, how nice is that? Also, over here, conclusions are within reach. So I really saw this as the full moon eclipse. I am filming this the day before the new moon in March, and in 2025, we've been in eclipse season. I feel like this time period from the new moon to the full moon is when you're going to be experiencing this breakthrough. You're going to be riding those cosmic waves. The other time that this may be happening for you is if you yourself, when you're watching this, are in eclipse season. The eclipses will, depending on your astrology, will be treating you very well. So overall, your reading feels very gentle, sweet, direct, enlivening. It feels cool. I really enjoy the extra sensory aspect to life. So it's fun. You have a very fun energy with this. It's also a great time to, again, find these moments of mercy where what do you really need to let go of? Sometimes mercy looks like looking at a belief that says you can't hit the breakthrough with your next psychic abilities because they don't exist, because you're full of, BS, because science didn't say this is possible, because you're not good enough, because you are not talented enough. Mercy is sitting with beliefs like that and saying, wow, I really see how much you've protected me my whole life, and I really appreciate that. And I don't need you to protect me like this anymore. Like, I'm good. We're good here. So I'm going to give you a different job, or I'm going to completely let you go and enjoy being free energy. And that's really important to be able to do, because as you continuously refine your experience of consciousness and you tap into higher consciousness, and I'm going to say like larger, more expansive cosmic consciousness, you have to be able to let the limiting beliefs go. You have to be able to release. It's not like releasing your grip on reality. It's like loosening up what you perceive reality, being possible in reality. And those things will help your brain start to experience and see and feel things beyond what you were ever taught you can do. So if this is a very psychic pile. If you've been really working on this stuff, I'm very excited for you because you're having the breakthroughs. And even up here, I feel like you've been asking for a specific thing spiritually. You're getting that thing this spring, which is great. So congratulations. You have a very surprise. I think you're going to be very surprised by this. I think you're going to be like a little shocked, like, wow, I didn't know I could have that. That's super cool. So enjoy that. Leave me a comment below if you wind up having this cool breakthrough. Like, I would love to hear what your psychic, spiritual, higher consciousness breakthrough is, even if it's just, sometimes they're just perception shifts, which are monumental to have. So if you have one of those, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear what you're working on. And if you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Join me over on Patreon. In the month of April, we're doing a live on April 19th at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to be talking about the 4 different types of consciousnesses, and I'm going to be taking you through an actual practical exercise so that we can play with our consciousness and actually experience that and help get you feeling the energy of life around you to a greater degree. All right, pile number 2. How exciting. I already said all the other things, so I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 3. Wow. I just read your whole reading without pressing the record button. Good job. Okay, pile number 3. Welcome to your spring breakthrough. And that is all about your foundation. This is an abundance reading. So if you were not hoping for a financial breakthrough this spring, go choose a different reading, or go choose a different pile or choose a different reading. This is all about a breakthrough with your abundance overall as a concept, and also very detailed as your actual physical finances. So pile number 3, you have been doing just so much good work, and it's unfortunately come with a lot of challenges and change, and it's been overwhelming at times. You can see up here in the 10 of Wands, just like how much you've juggled, how much change you've gone through. Some of those changes have been self-inflicted. Some of those changes the world has put upon you. And through it all, you have really refined your emotional mastery and your ability to hold space and to navigate tricky things in life. Pile number 3, if I could give you a big, warm Kyra hug, I would, because I know how big of a deal this is to tear down and deconstruct a belief system and to put in a new foundation for that. This card is all about the earth energy. It is all about strength. So you have like 20% more to do, and don't worry, because your payoff is coming. Your 20% more is to remember to continuously bring love into the situation. You've done an extraordinary job staying connected to your intuition, using your mind as the tool that it is. And so this 20% more is as you continue to navigate the changes and the juggling of all the things that you do, is just to remember to give yourself love. Set the intention. I'm doing this next action because I love myself so much. I deserve a better life. I love myself so much that I deserve to be surrounded by beautiful and luxurious things. Like you give yourself permission to show yourself love through what you are capable of providing for yourself. And you've had to really shift underlying beliefs and frameworks that you've held about who and what you are and what you're capable of. Ultimately, though, all of this is completely paying off. Like Spirit's big message here is you do get to enjoy that. You do get to enjoy being an inspiring person for your community and the people that you talk to. And, just by showing them, yes, it is possible to do this. You do get to have these payoffs. You work so hard for this stuff. You get to have the payoff with it. And over here in these are guidance cards. Your spirit guides really just want to affirm to you that you have done the perfect combo. You have deeply listened to your intuition and your heart, and you have practically looked at what are the numbers? What are the bills? What is my number every month that I need to live? What are my credit card balances? You've been making plans. How am I going to navigate this? You've been doing it. And so they really, really, really want to acknowledge you and keep encouraging you. Not everybody can balance those things. You've put so much time and effort into, you know how much money you need, and you also know that you need to have a job that doesn't suck your soul. And if you're in a position where you are in a job that sucks your soul, start looking for a new one, because now is the breakthrough time for you to be in a better space for that. You've been building your dreams. You've been laying a healthier foundation that's going to bring you the ability to hold large amounts of wealth for the rest of your life. So you will be able to build more generational wealth. You'll be able to have a retirement. You'll be able to build those things up. Okay, pile number 3. I'm excited for you. What a nice financial breakthrough. If you like this message, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. And pile number 3, if you want to join me over on Patreon this month, I will be putting out a couple of new YouTube videos that is exclusive for Patreon. And this month during our live, I'm going to be talking about the 4 kinds of consciousness that you have. And we'll be taking you through a practical exercise. We're going to have a little energy play space. It's safe. We're going to actually experience the different consciousnesses. And I'm going to tell you and show you exactly how to do that, and then how to expand your energy out so that you can actually feel connected to life itself, and that you know what that means. I know I reference it all the time, but that you know what it means to walk outside and feel the symphony of life, breathing, living, experiencing itself through you. Okay, pile number 3. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.